we gon' get it off the rack. You're rocking with Frozen and bros, and now in the zone, we need ice in the super chat. We bout to kick in them doors, like get on the phone, I wanna know where it's at. We at the table with legends, but they get to talking, I bet they don't tell you that. Hold up. Don't cut me off while I'm talking my talk. Been on the grind on our way to the top, and I still keep a G in the way that I walk. Same for the way that I talk, but we don't talk much, we just stay facts. And the fact is, we like Jay Black, and we about to bring this whole game back. Now let's walk. You about to walk with Frozen. You about to walk with bros. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Yeah, we used to get it off the stove. Now we gon' get it off the rack. You're rocking with Frozen and bros, and now in the zone, we need ice in the super chat. We bout to kick in them doors, like get on the phone, I wanna know where it's at. We at the table with legends, when they get to talking, I bet they don't tell you that. Hold up. Don't cut me off while I'm talking my talk. Been on the grind on our way to the top, and I still keep a G in the way that I walk. Same for the way that I talk, but we don't talk much, we just stay facts. And the fact is, we big froze, big froze. Big froze, big froze. Now that you see it, they watch me like they watch the news. We don't do no talking, we know what they do for the views. If I took a loss, no, I got it all back. They just wanna talk, so we gonna talk facts. Got it out the mud, got it out the mud. Really on the blood, really on the blood. Yeah, they know it's up, yeah, they know it's up. Frozen. It's big froze, big froze. Big froze, big froze.
Don't nobody give a fuck how many times you asked a million times, Mizu 805. Welcome to the morning show. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel, man. Happy to see y'all. Hopefully y'all happy to see me. All right. Obviously, it's a reason I can't play the original song, because somebody bought the beat, and every time I play it, we get flagged. So to answer your question, for the 500,000 times that you asked Mizu, that's why we don't play the original intro. Why you think we made? Why you think we made more intros? All right. It's Monday. I ain't in the mood for that shit. What's up, y'all? Like, damn. That's my favorite intro, too. We only made another intro because it got flagged. We didn't buy the beat fast enough. You know? You know, no napkins for wanting a song. It's all good. You know? That we know that's our shit. What's that? You shitting me? Yeah. All right, y'all. It's got an update about the monitors. They're not coming, so I'm gonna go right after this. I think I'm gonna go buy my own monitors. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go buy my own monitors. Let me see. I ain't even know the little sneaky lame ass snowstorm we was getting last night. And nigga walked out of his crib and bust his ass this morning. Yeah, so you know, a spot that I had freshly salted. You know, nice little walkway from the door to the wheel. Last night, I didn't get the memo that there was a new fresh sheet of ice on top of it. So, you know, I caught myself trying to have a little bit of pep in my step this morning. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers start high stepping and shit, you know. I was feeling good this morning. I up a little early. So when I got out the crib and shit and went from house to sidewalk, I was going a little too fast. I was going a little too fast. I was going 25 in the 15, you know? Now, I don't know why people do this and shit. Well, yes, I do. Sure, I do. It's for embarrassment, but, you know, I hit the ice, boom, bust my ass, no diddy. So I get up, you know, wipe myself off real quick, and then I look around to see who saw it. boy, right down the street at the little at the little mom and pop shop, smoking a Marlboro, looking dead at me. You all right? Hey, pussy, you know I'm all right. That's you letting me know you just watched me fall out the crib. He talking about, you all right? He just wanted me to know he just wanted me to know he saw me fall. He ain't give a fuck if I was all right. We see each other every day, pussy. We don't never speak. I don't like you neither. I don't like the way you look neither. That's why I don't ever say hi. You probably don't like the way I look. That's why you don't ever say hi. Now I fall. You want to know if I'm all right. You know? Salute Froze. I'm late. Did I miss why Surf may not be coming home? No, we just started the show 45 seconds ago, bloody. Damn. 45 seconds ago, we just started the show. You know? Froze, do you dye your hair or beard? I was watching you versus Head Ice and noticed your hair black as shit, but the beard bright as hell. Is that a styrofoam? No. No, idiot. That's my mother is German, and my pops is black. You know, so when you mix species, things come out of the ordinary. So I don't know why my hair is black, dark brown, but my beard is tinted red. I have no clue. You know, I'm sure I would like to ask the man upstairs the same thing. You know, I have no clue. But no, I ain't never dye my shit. Ever. You know, when I was younger, I used to think about dyeing my beard to match my shit, but I'm not putting no dye in my hair. It is what it is. You know? It is what it is. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Let's hit the like button while we roll in. Let's hit the like button. I'm scrolling this morning. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm sitting in the wheel this morning. I'm letting that bitch warm up how I do. You know what I mean? So I could ride nicely to the studio with a nice temperature in the wheel. You know, so while I'm sitting there and you know I'm waiting for the car to warm up, I'm scrolling and I come across this reel and I said, "We're talking about it." It was this lady walking up on her baby father. It looked like they was at like a baseball game. I'm assuming their kid may play sports or something like that. But she was walking up on him as he was, you know, ready getting his will, and she asked him for some paper, and he looked at dead in her eyes and said, "I paid my child support this month." You know, dead in her eyes. You need what? Oh no, I paid my child support this month. She talking about that's the problem with y'all men. Y'all think y'all don't gotta do nothing after y'all pay child support. And, you know, obviously I go to the comments and shit like that, and they getting crazy in the comments. You know, it's a really good topic because there's a few ways to look at it, and people have very strong opinions on this. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I was with Dad. Yeah, I was with Dad. 100% I was with Dad. 1,000% I was with Dad. I couldn't even think of a way I could be with Mom until I started saying, okay, well, I mean, I guess if the child support is low, you know, whatever the case may be, what they don't tell you is why the kid is staying with Mom instead of Dad. Why Mom? You know, because here's the truth. I know a lot of single fathers. A lot of single fathers. I met them, right? I know them. I got friends that are single fathers. I think I might know one man in my life that I knew had his baby mom on child support. You know, I think I've only met, I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm saying I've only met one man in my life that had his kids full time and was taking the mom for child support. It's not really normal for fellas where I'm from. Now, I can't speak on y'all and what state y'all in, but down here, Montgomery County, Philadelphia, it's rare. It's rare that somebody, at least in my life, to my knowing. Top floor was talking spicy on Angry Fan. When, like recently? Like recently? Or did Caps just put it out? I think they were on live that was like a week ago, and Caps just put it out because he was like hitting me up asking me to come up on the show. Yeah, did it just drop yesterday? Like, did it drop on YouTube? Yeah, that was an old video. Caps just put it out. Yeah, I missed it though. I'm gonna go back and watch it. I know they was talking spicy and shit like that, but that's just how. That's how That's how angry I make niggas. That's how. Because this is what I do. You know, I can do this. You know, I can make you feel corny about yourself without using ignorance. I don't gotta call you a ussy. I don't gotta say you a itch. I don't gotta say I'm gonna slap the shit out you when I see you. Especially if I'm gonna slap the shit out you when I see you. I'm definitely not gonna tell you. I don't want you to be ready for it. I want you to be slapped when I see you. These niggas be way too tough on these internets. You know? The last thing I'm gonna do is tell you when I see you, I'm gonna slap the shit out you. If I'm gonna slap the shit out you. Right? So when I be seeing niggas talk like that on camera, it makes me feel more, I feel more safe afterwards. You know? A nigga, when I see motherfuckers threatening me on the internet, I actually feel more secure and more safe. You know what I'm saying? 411 Tata, we heard you was hating us in another chat. My girl Tweety called you. Get the fuck up out of here. Yeah. Now, I'll pick a side for you. You go be with Luke and them. You ain't a part of the zone no more. My homegirl called snapshots. I saw it. Fuck up out of here, 411 Tata. Yeah, you pick the side. Stay over there. Fuck is you talking about? Oh, hold on, my bad, bro. Let me see if I can undo this. Oh, tweet, I had boss. They poke you, and when you reply by poking them, now it's a problem. They poke you, and when you reply by poking them, now it's a problem. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. You over there talking about poking and not poking and all that. Yeah, fuck up out of here, man. Go ahead somewhere with that shit. You click hopper, go ahead with somewhere. Where's with that shit, man? Fuck about it. I've been waiting for 411 Tata to pull up so I could do that. I've been waiting. Tweety don't miss nothing. Tweety be like, yo, you know such and such. Yeah, I call him in the other joint. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I called him. He didn't think I recognized him. My homegirl be out here. She be on that shit. Yuckers. She be on it. I don't know too many men that take women for child support. So I say that to say it's weaponized a lot of times. It's weaponized. It's weaponized against men a lot of times. And she was weaponizing it in this video. Ma'am, you took us to these folks. Right? Look, she gonna be writing paragraphs to Luke when he go live later. Froze kicked me out because of, yeah, I did. And he ain't gonna do shit about it either. Maybe he'll give you a wrench over there or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's weaponized a lot though, y'all. A lot of times it's used as a way to make it rougher for a man, to keep control over him, to try to keep him down and shit like that. And I really found it frustrating watching this video how confident she was. Right? I think that's a guy, Froze. Oh, 411 Tata? No, Tata is crazy. His name Tata? You made a decision to have the system dictate how much child support you get. Don't come out. And that's where I'm going with it, vendor. That's where I'm child support, Nate. Custody and child support. That's what I'm saying. You forfeited our ability to be cordial. When you went here to this court system and made them punch numbers in a calculator and tell me what I owe you. Because I told you, first week of the month, you can have them. Second week of the month, I'll take them and we'll go back and forth. And then we'll work together. We'll work together. You know what I mean? You took us to this court system. You had these people punching numbers up and told me what I owe you. I didn't tell them to make that shit, $199 a month. I didn't tell them that. Right? And that's what I think the problem be. Motherfuckers be being a feels. Whether over the breakup, new girlfriend, whatever the case may be. In the past week I learned YouTube take 50% of your super chats. And people will ask the bloggers to cover their diss records, then copyright the bloggers. I tell y'all my Cash App for a reason. YouTube does not deserve 50% of our super chats. They literally don't. They don't. It doesn't matter if they're the hosting. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Like literally, that's why they throw ads on our shit. Doesn't matter if they're the hosting site. They shouldn't take our super chats, bro. 50% is insane. That's literally a prostitution. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know. But the supers help, y'all. Make no mistakes about it. Hold on, my bad, y'all. Motherfucker saying shit throwing me on my game. The supers help though. They help the videos though. Don't get it fucked up. You get a lot of supers, it don't matter if they take half, it still help. First, I said the same thing. Me and my baby mom was good. I was paying all the expenses, and then she randomly served me papers. All bets are off at that point. She couldn't understand it. Yes, because they want to be able to count on a percentage. They want to be able to count on a percentage. When we talking and we're cordial, you might want 500 one week. I might only have 350. A couple of those, and then a couple of other greedy dumb bitches getting in somebody's ear will start making women look at it like, oh, he getting over on me, right? They start feeling entitled to money and shit in certain cases. Tweety, not all cases. I'm not speaking for all women. I'm not talking about the scorn women who think that they should get child support and then whatever else they ask for. You know what I mean? Like, literally. You know, do it all 2K. Your diss track was ass. I mean, I outviewed Top Floor Loot in 24 hours. His diss was up for a month, and he collaborated with Hip Hop Is Real, a channel with over 100,000 subscribers, and just me and just a little Frozone, we outviewed him in the Hip Hop Is Real channel in 24 hours. So that's all I really wanted to do, respectfully. That's all I wanted to do, just show niggas. He had his video up with Hip Hop Is Real for 30 days. And we outviewed it in 24 hours. So I just wanted to do something like that. That's all I was really trying to do to Loot. Have a little fun. Just have a little fun. That's all we was doing. Respectfully. But I really think the better way is 50-50 custody when you split up. Because for me, I find it frustrating seeing a man have to give up a third of his check weekly and then still have a place to live. It's tough. It's tough. You asking me to have a place for these kids to stay at, but also give up 38% of my money monthly. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to pay rent and have food for these? I can't apply for food stamps. They mom already getting them. So, like, it's just, I pay $300 for one and the mama can't get shit. I used to see my pops on the weekends only when my mom's during the work week. Yeah, that's probably the way, your mom might have had it set up. Or maybe mom and pops had it set up that way. Right? But a lot of women, they go for custody immediately because of the check. Yeah, I had aunts who used to do that. I had one aunt that I used to walk with her to go get her child support right before, before they start putting it on cards and shit, We'd go get that shit in the mail or some shit like that. She'd walk right down to the weed man with that money. I used to be with her. Walk me to McDonald's right after that with child support for her son. That happens all the time. It's their money. It's not the kid's money. It's their money. Oh, I put that money back for the money I put out. That ain't what the courts told you to do. Go ahead and tell the judge that and see what he say. Right? Go ahead and tell the judge that you putting that money back for the money that you spent. So it's just a system it's a fucked up system, and it empowers scorn people to use it as a war tactic. And I just think it should be a better system. I think when people split up and they go for custody, there needs to be a mediation hearing with an expert. And he just needs to sit there and talk with them for an hour. He needs to talk with them for an hour or longer, right? And then his expert opinion, no pun intended, should go up to a judge or whatever the case may be. Remember, if we're going to court, that's what it is. And he needs to be able to tell the judge what adult is being difficult and which one isn't being difficult. You know? He said, Froze snitching on his aunt is crazy work. She paid you hush money in McDonald's. Froze, you ain't right. I'm just telling you what it's like. No. You go to the media. You don't always go to a mediation before you see a judge, A-Book. Not all the time, right? And I'm not talking about that mediation. That mediation is just so maybe you can get an agreement before you go see the judge, right? I don't necessarily need everybody to have an agreement. Let's try to have an agreement. What I need is to find out who's the parent who's making this a difficult process, who's making this about them and not the kids. I want to be able to relay that to the judge so he has an idea who the problematic parent is, right? Mediation. So you'll go sit down with somebody who's like a counselor, an expert, or something like that, right? And they'll start asking questions, you know, personal questions, shit about the kids, where does kids go to school, just gathering information. What can we do to try to make this an easy transition? How much money do you want a month? How much do you require? What bills? What, you know, you just gotta have your facts in order. And we went straight to the judge. Yeah, Chris, you don't always get the luxury of that. You know, but the mediation is good because sometimes adults can just be an adult, right? Like sometimes it's like, look, I don't talk well with him. And some females, they'll take whatever the judge give them and won't ask main man for nothing else. Every female that took their baby dad for child support ain't a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause I be seeing some deadbeat pieces of shit fathers. My baby mama got me on child support. When the last time you went and got your kids? Been like 2 months, bro. I'd have took your dumb ass for child support too. It ain't her fault you a bum in a perk head and you ain't got no money. And you don't want to take care of your responsibilities. So every female going ain't just some ain't shit female. The problem is the system empowers them, and the ones that ain't shit, they are able to finesse it. You know what I mean? And for me, it's just unhealthy for the kids. It's unhealthy for the kids. Most men are deadbeats, not the women. I think most men. Key clips, most men. You had daddy issues, bro? Most men? That's tough. Most men are deadbeats. I'd like to know where you got that data from. It's like, what the fuck is he talking about? Most men are deadbeats? The fuck? I got over a dozen homies with kids. I think maybe, I don't know if any of them are deadbeats. You know, most men? Yeah, I don't know. I would say more men, not most men though. That's crazy. Most men is wilding, bro. He's tripping. I will say this. I think a lot of men give up, which is weak. I think a lot of men give up, especially in Pennsylvania. The court system out here is disgusting. Custody court, child support, you know. It's just nasty. It's nasty. You'd be surprised how many deadbeat moms are out there. A lot. A lot. The numbers are only skewed because majority of mothers are going to get custody when they go to custody court. It's just what it is. It's not an even system they use to, you know what I'm saying? It's not an easy system they use. I have all 4 of my kids full custody. Their mom passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, so that's why the system is like that. A lot of men just be like, man, fuck it. This ain't fair. This ain't right. You know, out here, they'll lock you up for back child support. They'll come get you, walk you out of your job in front of everybody. You know what I mean? That's the shit they do. So, you know, most moms don't go through what they have to go through and what men have to go through in custody battles. For some reason, when we walk in the courtroom, she's already up 10. This bitch a whole whore, cheated on me and everything. Fucked up our whole system that we had in the crib. The kids was cool. She was out fucking Yana. Why am I down 10 points walking in the first quarter? What did I do? I work 40 hours a week. Sometimes 50. Yeah, during the OT is when she was fucking main man behind my back. I don't. That's why we broke up. She a whore, Your Honor. Why are we walking in here and she's got more claim to the kids than I do? Why is she able to just say, I want the kids, and he has them on weekends, and then I gotta sell you on why I should have the kids 50-50? Why are we doing that? I got all the money. She here taking me for money, right? She gonna be taking me for child support. I got all the bread. She don't got shit. Why am I having to sell you on why I got a good place for the kids and she able to have custody of the kids and go move with her sister? You know? And then don't let her had filed 4 months after we broke up, and that's just how long it takes, and they accept it. They gonna already put me in the rears. They accept that shit. They're going to be like, okay, she filed back. Boom. Okay, now you already owe 3 months. I'm in the hole. No diddy. What the fuck? Why am I walking in the courtroom down the stack? Your Honor, you heard me say she was a whore, right? Fro's not triggered. Fro's got custody of all his kids, all 7 of them, right? So I'm not triggered. It's more of a reality out here. Montgomery County, all right, you Google it. Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Google Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. I heard Bucks was similar, but just Google Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, and the child support system and shit like that. Just do some research. It's nasty, bro. It's nasty. You know what I mean? It's nasty. No, they going from the file date and back date 1 year in PA. That's disgusting. It's disgusting. And the only reason we here is because I left. I left. She did me wrong. I was, every case ain't like this. But I'm giving you an example of how the case of a case and how you still would be behind the 8 ball. She broke we wasn't married. She broke this house up. I put her out. And now, she been staying with her mom last 4 months. I got a new girlfriend and shit. Now it's who that bitch around my kids and all this other goofy shit. Now I don't want her around my kids, and then now I'm filing for child support. It's always a tactic that they just try to manipulate with a lot of times, and it's not fair. It needs to be clean. The system needs to be revamped. There needs to be better, scales that we could use, to just get an idea of the best fit situation. Like, here's the thing, right? If I'm a judge and I hear 2 parents walk in and the mom is like, I want full custody. He gets them bi-weekly on the weekends, every other weekend. But the man is sitting here saying, I would just rather have him 15 days out of the month, right? 15 with her, 15 with me, or week here, week here, week here, week here. As a judge, why would I say, well, no, I think we're just going to do they'll be with her and you'll get them on the weekends, and then that makes her eligible to take you for child support. And it's like, wait, why? Why? I want them 15 days out of the week too. I could pay for daycare. I could get them to school. Why am I getting why am I getting weekends? Right? That means Froze gets child support checks. I wish I was hoe enough to go up there and get child support. But I'm not. My kid's cool. So, it's just, we did 10,000 on braces with no help from baby mom. Didn't, asked her 1 time. She missed 2 payments, never asked again. Fuck it, it's up. It's on me. And that's just sometimes what it entails. Told me she had me, told me we was going to pay for the braces. And then got the braces and left me with the bill. I ain't running up to no motherfucking judge, though. I chalk it. As Pops, that's what I got to do. I got to chalk it. And I would have rather her teeth be straight than to be crooked because I didn't have no help from Mom Dukes to pay. So I tell men, I tell men, you know, dang, Brian gonna hold you. This bitch don't be coming to pick her up on the weekends. All right, cool. Take her ass to child support then. Take her ass. Go ahead. I wouldn't, but go ahead, take her. She'd have you in that court on a Monday, missing work. How the fuck you gonna make me miss work and then still want my money? You know, I think the best measure is to try to be cordial. You know, try to be cordial. You know, you know, my pop was in and out of jail. Our childhood because of one of his baby moms and shit used to do that to him. The moment she get mad, she right back up in it. You know what I mean? And in court, every 2 fucking months he in court, raising it from 330 to 340. Just petty shit. You know what I mean? So my BM a weekend mom, but have the nerve to want to claim my daughter every year. Right on taxes, right? Or if you claim them, they want a piece of it. It's just all money, man. It's all money. I ain't play the ad. He said, I got in and play the ad. I got an ad for you, though. Frozy, hey, you in the southeastern PA area, got an event coming up, a little baby shower, sweet 16, B-Day party, even a family reunion, hit up my good friends at Primo Hoagies, and they'll take care of you. I guarantee satisfaction with the best sandwiches in the area. Hit up these 2 locations, 904 Chester Pike, Prospect Park, PA, 1149 Westchester Pike, Westchester, PA. Don't just visit them for lunch. Let them cater your next event. Remember, it's not a hoagie, it's a Primo. If your friends won't tell you, Frozy will. Type shit. You know, I just found out today, too, that if you go into these Primo locations and you let them know Froze sent you, you get 20% off. Yeah, Prospect Park location and the Westchester's location. You in that area, PA, you go in there for lunch, it's a little 20% off. All you got to do is say Froze sent me. You know, a little turkey classic, little, you know. That's my shit too, say that. He fucked that shit up. He said, bring back I Am Froze while we at it. The originals back, family reunion. Hold on. Bring back Big K, respectfully. I got a phone call. I got a phone call last week about some URL shit. Yeah, it was a good phone call too. It's a good phone call. Somebody called me I'm gonna say on the behalf of URL, you know, and it was a solid phone call. It's a good phone call. They like, yo, Froze, I think we're gonna be able to bring you back this year, possibly. I'm like, where, for real? Cool. How you know that? Talk to somebody very important over there. I said, all right, that's cool. Cool. Just let me know. We'll talk some business and shit like that. You know? Yeah, I gotta understand. This is my 7th, 8th time having this type of phone call and shit. So I don't never even be, oh, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Cause, you know, I think that for some reason, every time I get reached out on that side, you know, people spin it. Look how thirsty Froze is. Froze want to be back on URL so bad. It's like, I never called them. I never had no problem going back there. You know, I was ready to sign back there when Pete was talking to me. So, you know, but for some reason, it always gets switched on me. Like, oh, he's so thirsty to go back. And it's like, no, I'm not. You know, I've been able to get a name for myself without being there. Personally, would I mind going back? Not at all. I think that it's been over 11 years since I've been back at URL. I haven't battled on URL in 11 years. What a lot of people don't know is my last battle on URL was a main event URL in Pittsburgh, Steel City. Me and Real Deal headlined the card. We headlined it. It wasn't a major card, but we headlined it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many people didn't headline URL cards and shit, so I got 5 battles over there. That's more than a lot of people have in general and shit like that. So the thought of going back always seemed cool to me, but I always wanted it to be the right way. I wanted to make sure I had some phone calls with some people, and we got our differences squared away. But you know, it's always third party. So we've never got past the third party step. And right now we still at the third party step. So, you know, will I ever return over there? I don't know. I don't know. I can't say. You know, but I've had these type of phone calls enough to never feel like, all right, yeah, this might be the time where we get it done, because it usually just, you know. But 2026, maybe. Froze, who your top 3 battlers in Narstown? My top 3 battlers in Narstown. Me and Bill off top, off rip. Immediately, me and Bill. This is, we just take up two spots quickly. Mm. I probably have to go confusion. Yeah, I probably have to go confusion. Or maybe Trey Mega. They be checking temperatures because your stock is up. What's up, Frozy? What up? What up? What up? I'm late on the stream, but Texas child support is 25% of your salary and 3% goes towards the insurance. It's tough. I'm telling you. Some people, we know it, Beasley. Just have that conversation with him and get it over with. I'm glad you. I'm glad you. You think that's how it works. You know, I've reached out to Beasley years ago and shit. So I don't know. Maybe he missed it. But yeah, so it's not on my end. I'm very easy to talk to. You know, URL might not know that because the last time they did business with me, I was 19 years old. So, you know, they might just remember me, the knucklehead that they were doing business with. But, you know, I'm so far removed from that. I'm comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. And I'm not uncomfortable being uncomfortable. It's just okay. It's a part of life. You know, the sturdy ones are able to the sturdy ones are able to delegate shit through uncomfortable times. I'm one of them. You know, so I'm not uncomfortable having uncomfortable conversations. Yeah. We might not have 3. I'm okay with that. Now, we don't have a lot of battle rappers from Narstown. We just got the 2 best in the state. So maybe we got lucky. You'll be back on URL in no time. We'll see. We'll see. Because here's the thing. I'm not battling for peanuts just to make a return either. You know what I mean? I think I'm so much of a vet. I've done so much outside of being on URL. You know, I just think that you know, yeah. Would you call and Smacker Beasley be forcing it, or you prefer to wait on the call? Nah, I'm the act. You know, if I feel like if they would be interested in having Froze back on the platform, they'd just make the call. You know, they'll just make the call. There's no reason to call them. And that hurts yourself in negotiations too. You reach out and shit. You look thirsty. You know, I've been navigating without that phone call for a long time and shit. So I'm just used to not speaking with them. But it's no issues with me. Off topic, I want to give the All-Star game a little bit of credit. It was a lot better than the All-Star weekend. I can't front. All-Star game was I mean, I enjoyed it. And Edwards was out there drawing. Keep it real. What's the average pay for battle rappers? Average pay? 1,000. 1,000. Yeah, probably 1,000. Maybe a little more when you start. If you average out all the top tiers and shit like that. Yeah, maybe it ups it a little bit. Because some dudes are getting maybe 10, 15, 20, 25, depending. But yeah, I would say maybe like $1,000. Some people are different and shit. Is that the dude that be always asking me how much money I make on YouTube, Tweety? I heard a low tier only get flight and room. Some of them don't get that. Is that him, Tweety, the one who be asking me how much I be making on YouTube? That's the same boy. He be asking Froze, how much you make on YouTube? Surf had me. Well, they said the average battle rapper. It's fucking 500 battle rappers. Okay, so if it's 500 battle rappers and only 80 of them are on the payroll, that's 320 that get nothing. That's 320 that get nothing. Right? Excuse me, 420. 420. That's 420 that get nothing. 80 people getting paid. Now, that 80 people goes from anywhere to 300 up to 100,000. If only one or two niggas is getting even close to 50, 40, 60s, and 80s, you know, but there's way more 300s, 500s, and 700s. Do the math. I've explained that to you why I don't battle as much. Because I don't get my number as much as I do, as much as I ask for it. People call me all the time. I get 40, 50 inquiries about battles a year, from little leagues to nobody leagues to sub leagues to local leagues to regional leagues. And usually most of them, they never come out to nothing. Because when I ask for a number, it's they're pricing other rappers. So if I ask for 7,000, I'm just completely making this number up, and I'm making the number up for the other person. If Rosenberg Raw is asking for 5,000 to 7,000, but you can get Danny Myers to take $3K, who are you going to book for your event? You can make a case that Danny's bigger than me. You can make that case. So why the fuck am I giving Rosenberg 6,500 or 57, 58 or $7,000 if I can go get somebody who might be bigger than him or at bare minimum the same name for half the price? I'm not saying those are Danny numbers at all. That was completely hypothetical. Right? So I'm booking Danny if I'm the league owner. Why? Why am I going to? I'm going to get the same. Now, here's the thing. That's where it's skewed. You know, because I can tell you, well, I don't know if Danny's going to go live every day and try to promote the battle and shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, for the business, Danny for the culture, Froze. For the business, Danny for the culture, Froze. I got you. So it kind of cuts your feet from under you when negotiating. There's always a plan B. Why give Froze 6 if Shotgun Suge will take 4? Just gonna go with Suge. Why give Suge 4 if such and such is gonna take 22? You know what I mean? So, it messes up money. It literally cuts your feet from under you, and you don't get to make as much money because there's always somebody with a similar stature that will just take significantly less. Significantly less. Some dudes are happy getting anything instead of getting what they should. And that's a trickle-down effect. When a big name, when a solid name takes a shit check, you do that a couple times, and now the Battle League starts lowering the value they put on who's who and what's what. Danny moves like... Nah, I mean, I think y'all missed the point. I wasn't shitting on Danny in any way. I never asked how much Froze made personally, nor have I asked a question here, but I have wondered before. Nah, you good. There's somebody in here who asks me in a different way every week. Froze, you making enough money to do this full time? Froze, you make more money in YouTube than you did in battle rap? You know, it's like he asks that shit every other day. You know? And then I'll even take it a step further. Like, you want a car with Mook or Hitman or Cassidy or, you know, Lux, you know, they getting so much money that, you know, the when you're asked to be on that card is usually with a pay cut. You know? Look, we want you on this major car, but, you know, the budget kind of tapped. You know what I mean? So it's always some shit. It's always some shit. All right, let's get rolling, y'all. My bad. 48-minute intro is crazy. Who's heard anything about the Sue Surf situation? So what I'm hearing now is that he has to be released from the feds, and then he has to go to Detroit, Michigan, to figure out something about his gun case up there. Has anybody heard that? He tweeted 9 minutes ago. When they really gang, they gonna show up, regardless of the obstacles. Godspeed. See, another encrypted tweet. You know, I'm starting to think they might be trying to surprise us. Nah, I hope that's what it is. You know, maybe he has to finish probation if for the Detroit case. Yeah, I'm hearing that he might not be home until April now. Now I'm hearing he might not be home to April. Do I know this is true? Do I know if this is true? No, I can't confirm it. And I also think that there, you know, he could be possibly wanting to come home and get right with his family and shit and just be unbothered. He might be incognito. That a lot of niggas do that. You know? My man's just did that. Like a week ago. He was home for 2 weeks. Then called me. Damn, bro, when you get out? He said, I've been out for like 2 weeks, bro. I've been laying low. Oh, all right. Yeah, so remember he caught that gun charge a minute ago. I don't know if he was on, I think he was, I don't know if he still was on probation. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I guess we all thought he was going to be home this week. And I'm not so sure that's the truth. I hope that's wrong. You know, a lot of misinformation gets spread around in the culture. So I'm not 100% sure. But what I will say is, I got to be honest with y'all. And I think I said this a few times, that I think it's not fair to put all the pressure on Sue Surf. They said he fled the state. Oh, he never went back and did that shit in Detroit. They said he fled the state. Right. Okay. That possibly could be true. He has to do 28 days in Michigan before. Oh, that's regular shit. He gonna be up there signing autographs and shit. Hopefully it's 28 days over the year. Ghetto guy talking about 2027. Oh, man, I can't even wrap my head around that shit. You know, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if he can fix this. Yeah, I don't know if he can fix this. There will be an overwhelming excitement for the first card or so when he's back. But I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if it's repairable. I was on YouTube last night, and I can't tell you how much I struggled to get through a battle. You know, and everybody check it out when they get a minute. Av versus Saga dropped. Saga had a really good performance. It was actually a solid battle. Just something off about battle rap. There's something off about it. I couldn't get through the first round. I couldn't get through Saga first round. He was cooking. And I found myself feeling like that more than I found myself enjoying battles. I turn it on and I just be like, man, I gotta cut this shit off. I'm there, y'all. Can't lie. I still know how to do the shit, obviously. But bruh, I couldn't get through the first round. I know he choked. We watched it live. I was there. You know, we called that event. But bro, I could not get through that shit. And I said, yo, I might be literally fully out of love with this shit. Like, I got love for it. But man, I don't even go on YouTube anymore and go on battle searches. I don't even go watch the classics. Like, that used to be a thing for me. You know, I'm bored as shit. Let me go throw on Briz versus Loso. Let me go throw on Hitman versus John John. Let me go throw on K-Shine versus Surf. Like, I don't even yearn to go see those. The classics. There's just something significantly off, bro. It's just something off. I don't care for who's in the run for Cody. Shout out to Black. That's no shot at him. Y'all know I love Black. That's my guy. I don't be caring who's in the reigning for Cody or Wody. I don't care that they ask me every year to be on the panel. I have no interest in doing it. Even though I think I could be good, but it's man, it's crazy. And I never thought I would be there. And I'm the pro. like I'm the pro. Y'all are all saying, Froze, I'm there. I do the shit though. I get money to do it. They'll pay me to do it, and I don't want to do it, and I don't want to watch it. You know, it's not just it being watered down too. It's the people, man. It's the community. It's the community. I'm starting to outgrow the mindset and the people, the type of people that's around this shit, the people in power, the people who are yik yuckers at the bottom, just trying to intercept the next person's wave, the lack of support, right? It's just, it's a million things. It's a million things. I say all that to say that it don't matter if Surf come home tomorrow or next month or a year from now. I don't think it's fair, nor do I think he could save the day. I don't think he can. And it's not a knock towards him. He's the biggest, most beloved superstar we have, and he should be. Right? But I don't know if it's fixable. I don't know if it's fixable. I don't know if we have the emotional investment as fans to care as much past welcome home, Surf. Good to see you. Listen to his spaces. I actually find myself enjoying blogs more than battles. I do. You know, like last night, I was watching battle rap, but I wasn't watching battle rapping. You know, I came across a video where the boy Harlem Legend was talking to Muwap. I was in tears watching that shit. Thoroughly entertained. Like, you know, I'd rather watch a blog or a live. You know, I don't give a fuck about no rapping and yapping and all that shit. I do want to see Rock versus Ill Will in 2 weeks. I will be there for that. And you know what else? I'll be there for a volume. Volume, I'm down for. That type of energy. You know what I mean? You saying you lost your passion for battle rap. I just whooped Chilla Jones' ass right after I got with True Foe off a year off the couch. I still could do it. I was very incentivized to battle Chilla Jones. He said some shit that made me want to do the battle. You know? But I'm talking about my passion to watch it. My passion to watch it. I just think, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I seen Tay-Rock and or I seen TBL announce the fucking battle. Who was it? TBL just announced a battle too. I think it was Av and Jackboy. Let me see. Was it Av and Jackboy? Yeah, I think I seen them announce something with Av and Jackboy in it in Maryland or something like that. You know, and like just as the commentator, I'm like, oh, okay. I don't care if they don't call for me to call this event. I will. You know what I mean? I didn't even have that. Ooh, I can't wait to call this event. That shit died for me fast. You know, that shit's a job now. I don't like what I'm covering. You know, like I don't have fun what I'm covering. The 2 or the 3 of the best battles on the card. Don't be, you know, be no showing. You know, gotta rent a car when you get out there. Gotta buy an outfit, and then you know at that point now I'm just doing this shit to be you know, it's just not fun anymore, man. It's just not fun. I don't know what. Some days I wake up and I'm in the mood for it, but majority of the times I don't be in the fucking mood for it. No bullshit. I knew I was chopped. I'm gonna tell you when I'm gonna tell you when I knew I was chopped. And maybe this was like a month ago and shit. I went over to my cousin crib, chop it up. Ain't seen him for a minute. He walked in. He got Hollow versus Math on his big screen. Math was fucking Hollow up, by the way. One of the few Math performances I enjoy. Classic performance by him. Solid battle overall. Good battle. But, you know, we get to chopping it up, and then at first we was talking, I'm like, turn this down a little bit, bro, because, you know, he had the volume up and shit. And then, like, you know, another 5 minutes, we talking and shit, you know what I mean? Now we rolling up, we ready to smoke and shit like that, and it's out of nowhere and shit. I'm like, yo, turn this off, bro. Can you do me a favor? Can you just turn this off? Yeah, like put fucking Sports Center on or something. Go ahead, let me see it. I go 2001 All-Star game. All right, cool. Put that on. That's cool. You know, like this shit. I'm trying to have a conversation with him, and it's like a fucking, you know, like a mosquito on the fucking back of my ear. As I'm trying to have this conversation and shit. I'm like, yo, can you do me a favor, bro? Can you turn this the fuck off? Oh, damn, my bad, cousin. I thought you would want to see this. That's the last thing I want to see. So he starts trying to, shit, this was one of my better performances. I'm like, I know. You think you're giving me battle rap info? I just don't want to fucking see it, bro. You know, it's lost its aura. It's lost its aura. It's lost its aura. And I'm hoping Surf can come out, get his big check, a big chunky check or two, and then he can realize how corny this shit is too, and then just go on about his business. Start making money elsewhere. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's going to be one-offs and a big battle every now and then that we all want to see, but that following this shit and swearing by this shit and being I don't know if the sports quality warrants it anymore. You know, Ripple Man said, I heard there are informants within battle rap community. That's funny. Ripple Man, I heard you were an informant. So we both heard some things, you know? I heard you was an informant, Ripple Man. You know? I'm not saying you is. I'm just saying I heard that. Yeah, we're talking about Surf right now. You know, Surf might go juice Joe Budden podcast. You know what's funny? I heard that like earlier last week, and I told him, I said, man, I don't know if I was him, I don't know if I would do that. I might just go do my own thing. Oh, you always hating on somebody. And I'm like, what? Surf don't need the Joe Budden podcast. It'll be cool, but he don't need that. Surf needs a fucking streaming computer in a room where he can close the door and go live from Sue Surf TV on YouTube and on Twitch. That's all Sue Surf need. He will pull in 10 to 15 grand a month immediately. Immediately. No battle, no song, no nothing. If Surf cut that motherfucking camera on, 15 bands a month off rip. Off rip. I don't know how much money he make, but I don't know if 15 bands that's not a bad number. That's not a bad number if I'm Surf. You know, that's damn near 100, then 200K, then almost 200 fucking K. He don't need nobody, bro. He needs nothing. I hope somebody is telling this story. If I get on the motherfucking phone with Surf, and the first week when he get home, that's what I'm gonna tell him. Hey, yo, Surf, real quick, welcome home, man. Guys, so you go, hey, bro, listen, I don't know how much niggas is paying you. I don't know if you sign contracts. You do what's best for you, bro. You don't need to sit on nobody's couch. Yeah, go give Joe Budden an interview and then tell him and then go on his John and tell the world about how you streaming on your platform. He'd be like the next big streamer, bro. He literally would. Surf would be the next big streamer. He would never need to rap again if he don't want to. It would do wonders for his music, his streaming. Surf would wake up. First of all, bro, remember Easy Numbers at like the height of his run? He just cut his YouTube on and it'd be 2,300 people in there, bro. He don't even got to be talking about nothing. Remember that? Remember when Easy had that buzz? As soon as he cut his live on, it's just 10 minutes go by. On a bad day, it was 1,600 people in that motherfucker, bro. Super's off the chain. Easy had the fucking wave, like, you know what I mean? Try that times like 2, bro. Surfer had like 3,500, 4,200 people in his shit daily. Super chats, killing them. He would not only make 10, 15 bands a month, he would make hundreds of dollars every time he cuts his camera on. He has a really, really big community. Matthew, 10 bands a month is on the low end for Surf. I'm telling you, bro. He does not need anybody. He doesn't need anybody. He don't have to get in bed with no companies. Off rip. He used to have thousands of people in spaces, bro. His YouTube and his Twitch, multi-streaming, he'd be fucking killing them. Killing them. I do that more than I watch battles. I'll go watch classic Sue Surf spaces. Put that shit on the headphones, start scrolling, roll something up, and it is, you know, it's. I've caught a couple classic spaces that I was in with Surf. They was trying to figure out the Midnight Madness shit. So I got in a space. Somebody said, "Yo, they was asking for you." And I pull up, and every time I pull up, Surf would be like, Frozenberg and shit. For some reason, he always like trolling me. Always got some slick shit to say to me. This before we got good. And I used to hate it because he had a cult following. So if he said you were ass, immediately to 500 to 1,000 people, you were just ass, no matter what. That's power. That is power. That if he says Rosenberg, you're ass, immediately 1,000 people just no matter just change their mind about you. From the rip, you're ass. Yeah, you're ass because Surf said you're ass. I don't give a fuck if you fire. Surf said you ass, you ass. That's what it is. You know what I mean? That type of power and following. But I got in there and shit, and they was trying to set up a me and Jack Boy battle and shit like that. You know, and I said, you know, I'm like, Jack, I'll beat shit down your ankles and shit. You know, Surf start laughing and shit, and then from the rip, he started trying to promote that battle and shit like that. I found another space. I'm gonna post this one right after the Ill Will battle when he was like, he shut everybody up and was like, yo, Rosenberg, the hottest nigga at RBE. He stamped that shit. He wasn't even in RBE. Niggas never said the face and nothing RBE with Rosenberg until Surf said it. He literally, he wasn't in our company. He didn't work for us. He didn't do anything. He didn't come to our events. Like, well, he did come to our events. That's not true. He did nothing. But the moment the nigga said Froze is the face of RBE, like that shit started a narrative. It's just power. And I say all that to say he don't need anything. You know, he don't need anything. He don't need any help from anybody. He's got the platform. He's got the buzz. You know what I mean? So Fro's trying to get a feature when Surf gets home. That was around the time he kept calling him KFC. I'm telling you. You glazing Surf crazy. Froze glazing Surf. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Push back his fundraising effort for Geechee. That's when he was calling it KFC for sure. For sure. Hey, Ripple Man, tell your mom suck my yick. All right, do that for me. Tell your mom I want my yick yet. Slow and sloppy. You heard me? Slow and sloppy. Yeah, Ripple Man, that's what I want you to tell your mom. Slow and sloppy. But I would say it like that, though. Because if you say just slow and sloppy, it don't hit the same. So you got to put that, hey, Mom, Fro said he wanted his yick yuck after his live. Slow and sloppy. Make sure you say that. It don't hit if you don't put that on there, gangy. Respectfully, just telling you, don't hit the same. So please put the slow and sloppy at the end with the accent, just so she could know it's real. All right, y'all ready for this 11 o'clock Zaza time? Yeah. Hold up. Yeah, I want my yick ate by his Mills Fuck is he talking about? Motherfuckers just be feeling like they can say anything they want in the comments and shit. Not in this chat. I read comments and I get right with you. You know, I get right with you. You know, and then the corny part is I get to kick you. You get no get back. So you was yick yucking. I fry you. The laughing emojis light the chat up, and then you can't say nothing back. Why even put yourself in that position? Y'all don't notice I'm all smiles after I get you too. It ain't even like you bothering me. You know, I get joy out of that shit. I see the yick yucker and be like, oh, watch this, I'm about to get him too. So I already cue it up. You don't get no time to get back. Why do that? You know, I don't even know why niggas pull up the watch when they on that type time. I don't even know why they watch my shit. You know? Love you too, man. Shit, me. You ever get kicked out the chat right before you get your shit? Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst, gang. I forget. I think who chat got me like that one time? I forget. I forget. They got me. I was ready to start cooking, frying. I was ready to start frying. I'm telling you, I was ready to start frying fucking French fries out this joint. Clip me about there. We ain't doing nothing. Comedic froze. Oh shit, y'all. I knew I wanted to tell y'all something. I have yeah, I've been writing my stand-up bit too. Yeah. Look at you talk about and I got some shit. So y'all cat me for this. Y'all done cat me up to do this. All right. I'll go up there and I'll fucking stink it. I don't want nobody clowning me because y'all done told me to go, Froze, you a comedian, all right? I'm going to take my fat ass up to this comedy club up New York and see what it do. You know, if you in a local area, make sure you and your funky ass lady get up and come support me. I'm gonna need some people that know me. You know, bro's gonna be there. He gonna record it for y'all, so we'll have it on the channel. But if you local, pull up and see me. Pull up and see me. I'm not going to no little dumbass comedy club. I'm going up to New York, Joan, where they sell the joints on Ticketmasters. They know my name, right up there. Feed me to the wolves. Bum, I'm ready to do my first stand-up comedy joint in New York. All right, so y'all make sure y'all have my back. I'm going to tell y'all the date. Y'all know the moment I get the date, I'm going to tell y'all. But I've been working on my shit. Now, that's what I tell you. That's what I tell you. Bros pulled up on me the other night, and I'm like, yo, I've been writing these stand-up jokes and shit, bro. You want to hear them? He like, yeah, go ahead, bro. So which was good because I'm like, all right, he not in the mood to laugh. And also my brother's already listening to me with a different ear. So I you know what I'm saying? So I start going through my spew and I get to the punchline and this nigga started cracking the fuck up. It was a great feeling. I'm like, that was funny. He in the passenger seat like this and shit, cracking the fuck up. I'm like, that was good. I'm like, all right, that's a bet. That was the punch right there. That shit worked. I literally got to the punch of the joke and he started cracking the fuck up. And he got in the car. Y'all know how bros is. He was cranky like he was yesterday. So I ain't gonna hold you. I was on the fence about that shit until I seen bro's reaction. I said, oh, no, I'm finishing this. I'm finishing this for sure. So, yeah. If you can make bros laugh, you good. I'm telling you, pass the bros test, bro. But bros wasn't just like, yeah, that was funny, bro. He's genuinely laughing. I'm good. I'm good. Nobody's good their first try. They're gonna fry you on that stage. I think you're wrong about that, though. I could get fried on that stage. It could be everything that I'm not expecting. This is what I trust, though, right? I've been battling in front of live crowds my whole life. I've been performing in front of live crowds my whole life, big crowds my whole life, right? And then I have one ability that I think I am comfortable to lean on my first my go around, and that's my storytelling. And I also can do jokes. I also can do jokes about people live. Like if somebody yucking in the crowd, my crowd control, I have tools. Now, will I be funny? We'll find out when we get in there. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'll lean on my storytelling. Like, could you imagine if I told a fucking live crowd the story about when my pop fucked me up at school? Remember when I was telling you he was coming by with the Kango and shit, banging Tupac on the way to the crib to whoop my ass when I got caught at school? That story would have hit. I'm actually writing that story in. You know what I'm saying? So, storytelling. Being able to captivate a crowd, I trust those. I trust those. I trust that. I trust my ability to do that. So, you know, I'm just gonna lean on that. I'm not going up there telling knock knock jokes, y'all. You know. You know, and I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, and you can say Paula shit on stage in comedy that you can't say in the battle rap crowd. They going, hey yo, you what? That shit open? Like that shit's a go? I got y'all. I told y'all remember I told y'all the gay doctor story? Come on, bro. If I told that state, I would tell that same story on stage with a little bit more like extra shit to it. That's the beautiful thing about telling a funny story. You can add shit to it. You can add shit to it. That's all I'm gonna do, y'all. Lean on my storytelling. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited though. And I ain't no ussy. He told my froze they gonna kill you. You gonna do bad your first time. Damn, bro. Thanks for the support. I had a freaky ass Andre, little freaky ass pulmonary specialist doctor when I was a young boy and shit. You know, I used to have bad asthma and shit. So every 6 months I'd have to go down to St. Christopher's Hospital down in the Biddy and go do to see a pulmonary specialist. My whole life I had the same pulmonary specialist. So they didn't give us no heads up that we was getting a certain kind of pulmonary specialist, but we got the letter that, you know, our specialist was leaving and we would have a new one the next one we came. But it was what it was. We'd still be doing the same thing. So I would get there and they would have this machine that you would have to blow as much air as you can and like take a deep breath and try to blow all these candles out on the joint and shit like that. But, you know, they check your ears, your nose, your eyes and shit. So, you know, we get there and shit and new doctor walk in and he was gay. He was gay, you know, so he was gay and shit. That's all I'm gonna say. So, you know, he come over and check my ears and shit, and then, you know, he come check my nose and shit, and then he grabbed the joint, and, you know, he's just like, all right, you know, open wide, and open wide now, my way. With the little joint with the light on it and shit. Fuck you, me, open wide. You shitting me? Crazy. My mom's, he walk out of the room. My mom's like, Kayo. I'm like, Kayo, what? Nigga over here with a metal piece in his hand. So I'm like, open wide. I'm like, what? The fuck? Nigga literally did that. Nigga put his tongue. I was like, open wide. Regular doctor do the same thing. But it's just a little different right now. Shit's different. Not feeling it. You know what I mean? Not feeling it. No bullshit. He got the joint, you know, they put the joint on your chest and shit, you know, deep breath, deep in and shit. Then they put their hand on your back, they checking your breathing and shit. You know what I mean? I feel him doing little light circle motions on my back and shit. Breathe. I'm uncomfortable as shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You feel me? Double check. Hey, DJ Double, you checking my asthma or my asthma? Like, freak ass boy. Yeah, I mean, I came here to get my asthma checked, not my asthma checked. Like, you tripping. But, yeah, I just want to know if I can breathe. You try and go up the sleeve. I don't roll like that, you know? So my mom cussed me out the whole way home. I cussed back. I ain't even give a fuck. Man, fuck that, mom. Freaky ass. Talking about open wide. Open wide. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was the gay doctor boy, just in a short story version and shit like that. Point to the dial, froze where you no bullshit, bro. Tight ass pants he had on and shit. Like, I caught a whole attitude with that shit. That was the last time we went to St. Christopher's. Nah, he ain't give me a physical, man. This nigga was doing a pulmonary test. You know, he was doing a pulmonary test. He was checking my breathing and shit. And, you know, he'd have been in there. Boy would have walked in for like a physical. I'd have beat him up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. They'd have got me that day. They'd have called that shit a Yamin crime. I'd have beat him up. No bullshit. He'd have came in there trying to do a physical. Nah. There's no. I swung on him. No bullshit. I ain't capping. He niggas said open wide. I was like 12 when that shit happened. You know, young boys are ignorant and shit. They say shit. This before Paul's era too. I'm like, open wide. No, come on, bro. No, I'm cool, bro. He's like, I'm gonna give y'all a minute. Yeah, give me a minute. As soon as he shut the door, she's like, Kyle, man, no fucking Kyle, nothing. No Kyle, nothing. You see this? You see him, Mom? Where didn't know that they sent us? They didn't tell us this shit. That's I just feel like that's something they should have said. You know what I mean? I feel like this shit should have told us. I just feel like we should have got it, you know. He ain't here with big ass machines talking about blow, blow, blow. Like when you got to blow the candles out and shit. This is nothing out of the ordinary that the doctors do. It's usually a female doctor or something like that. She's like that too. Blow, blow, you got it, you got it. It just, he changed the whole landscape of the shit. You know what I mean? He changed the whole dynamic of that shit. Everything was just uncomfortable for me. But I'm all jokes aside though, y'all. I got y'all. What's this?
$10,000.
Bad, y'all been playing something.
It's like they're asking.
Y'all want to hear this real quick? I just came across this. Piperboy pushes back against fundraising efforts for Geechee.
It's like they're asking fans to give them money. Like they ain't got money. They all on a podcast together. Why can't they give Geechee Gotti like $10,000? Why they coming after us for $10,000? We need y'all 10,000. Like that don't make no sense to me at all. Like he been on No Jumper. He been on. How come? Like what's his Adam 22 can't give him no?
Hold on, real quick, my bad, y'all. Now y'all telling me my gay doctor joke ain't gonna hit because I'd tell it a lot different than I just told y'all. Right, all types of additives and punchlines and shit. Y'all telling me the gay pulmonary doctor is not going to hit in front of a live crowd if delivered? I think it's a go. Just think about yourself at a comedy show. Somebody came out there telling you about the time he went and got a fucking a doctor's appointment by a gay doctor. It could go. You get to that tongue part, no Diddy? Niggas gonna be laughing. Niggas gonna be laughing. It's funny. That's not even the joke that I told bros. That's not even the joke I told bros. Exactly, Bizzle. It's relatable. Most people in the crowd would have been as uncomfortable as I was. They relate. Oh, nah, yo, if I walked in and the gay doctor was talking about open wide with his tongue out, cuz, like, yeah. You know. That shit gonna hit. I'm bringing that joke. I'm bringing the gay doctor joke. Wait till and you know what's fire too. You probably get canceled. Nah, you don't get canceled. I'm not gonna be up there calling him Fig Newtons and shit like that, bro. I'm not gonna be up there calling him Fig Newtons and you know Yamamamatos and all that. You know I ain't gonna be calling him that. The blow part, it's layers to that joke. That's funny. You know what I'm saying? So, and then also too, it's how you do your due diligence, right? So, you know, You can go into that joke saying, listen, man, I don't have no problem with the LGBT community. You know what I mean? I don't judge people. What you do in your house is your business and shit. But I remember this one time I was 12 and you just start warming the joke up and shit like that. Okay, well, he looked like he about 35 now, so this had to be 20-some years. You just, you kind of safety the joke a little bit. But delivery is everything. And it won't be the first joke I tell. I got my first joke. I ain't gonna hold you. I trust the first John. I trust the first John. This one cold. Oh, my bad.
Money. They don't be want to ask them people. They want to ask y'all for the money because they think y'all dumb, bro. They go, yeah, let's ask the Bachelorette fans. They're going to give them everything. Find some Geechee simps. Give him $10,000. And it's going to be somebody thinking they, you know what I mean? The kid's hungry. You know what I mean? They probably owe taxes. You know?
Listen, I'm totally, I can't finish watching this. I have no problem with Piper Boy whatsoever. I mean, zero problem with Piper Boy. Do I like everything he talks about? No, but I'm sure I like nothing that everybody talks about. So there's nobody that I like everything they talk about. Okay. This is my whole thing with just this video. Piper Boy has every right to feel like he does not want to put any money up and support Geechee Gotti. For sure. It's his prerogative. He's allowed to feel that way. Man, I'm not giving him no money. For what? He should have money. People around him got money. They should be putting money up. Why am I giving him money? Fair. That's totally fair. Getting on your platform and trying to talk other people out of doing it is a little crazy. Like, I can't lie. Like, he is very well within his right to be like, man, I ain't giving up none of my motherfucking money. And I ain't sharing the link. But if that's how you feel, that's what you do. You don't send Geechee no damn money if you don't want to. You don't share the link because you don't support it. And that's you not supporting it. You don't got to go out your way to tell other people, man, they trying to trick y'all. Don't you send no money either. You ain't got to do that. He do got fans. He is a public figure. He does probably have some supporters out there that want to try to help him because they love Geechee. When the fuck did we get so Officer Hoyt out this joint? When the fuck did this happen? Piper Boy don't have to give him a damn dollar. He worked for his money. But if people want some battle rap fans that fuck with Geechee to support him, then, I mean, that's what they want to do. I'm not going to try to talk anybody else out of doing it for him because I don't want to do it for him. That's my prerogative. I don't know. Mind you, it's the same nigga capping for Trump. During the election, Piper Boy had videos on his channel with 300,000 views and one comment. I don't know what he was doing. I think he almost lost his page with that shit. I think Piper Boy almost lost his page with that political shit. I gotta ask him what happened with that because I kind of remember he was doing like all these crazy live views, doing these presidential debate shits, and then out of nowhere, and she just I think he almost lost his page. Yeah, so it was sad, man. It was sad to see Geechee go out like that. It was sad. I don't know what his. So there were some things circulating around. I saw something ARP had tweeted. I don't know if y'all seen this. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sure some of y'all seen this, but the ones who didn't see it, it's gonna be like, yo, that's fucking insane. Okay, so this was something that was put out. I don't know what date this was posted, but it says incident summary, Board of Pharmacy, Ohio, series of pharmacy break-ins in Western Ohio. Since May 16, 7 known break-ins have occurred targeting privately owned pharmacies in Southwest Ohio and Indiana, and they are now migrating north and targeting pharmacies in the Northwest Ohio area. The suspects are believed to be casing pharmacies in advance, with break-ins consistently taking place between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. All pharmacy owners and staff are urged to review and strengthen overnight security protocols. So this is something that they put out. Out in Ohio, giving people like a heads up, like, yo, this is happening. Now, look, number of suspects, 4. Clothing, hooded sweatshirts, one with Bronco on the back, mask and sunglasses. Apparel, clothing appears to be the same or similar across all incidents. Tools used, crowbar, so top floor loot chain, used to break the glass, pry doors, and I can't see what that fucking word is. Oh, and safes. Footwear evidence. Adidas shoe prints located at one scene. Suspect vehicle believed to be a Mitsubishi Outlander SUV. Yeah. That's terrible news. Terrible fucking news, because this sounds exactly like what we saw. It could be 4 different niggas and doing the same thing. Is it unheard of that another group of people might have been up on the same lick that allegedly Geechee and them was up on? No, that's not unheard of. But this, yeah, they was on their ass, bruh. You know, they was on their ass. If you going to sell drugs, why steal them? I don't get it. So I'll help you out with that, Key Clips. Let's just say you were a drug dealer that sold pills. What would you rather do? You know, I'm not saying this is a smarter way to do it, but if I could go get 3,000 pills because I stole them, or I can go get 3,000 pills because I fronted my money up and then I'm selling them. I bought them wholesale and then I'm selling them pill by pill. So I got to make my bread back that I bought them and then get into the profit. No, if we just steal the pills, everything profit the day we start selling them. We ain't got to put no money up. And it says here that they were allegedly targeting private owned pharmacies. So that must have been a lick to some people. And yeah, I mean, 7 pharmacies got hit. That's a lot of fucking pills. If they, I mean, allegedly on this one, they had got how many pills was, just imagine if that's how many pills they get every time. You know, it's not common sense. If Key just never been in the streets and never sold a drug in his life, he don't understand. He might just think drug dealers clap their hands and drugs fall out their armpits. He might not understand that you got to go cop. He might not understand that part. Go home, back up, and say he don't understand. Everybody hasn't done that. No, I understand Key Clips. You think it's dumb for sure. I'm not playing you or nothing like that. I'm saying it's not crazy that you don't understand that mentality. You know. So like you said, I was just about to say figurative language. I'm thinking about somewhere north of 25,000 pills, and now we're talking about millions and millions of dollars. That don't sound like drug habit to me. You know, a lot of y'all were trying to make it seem like Geechee might have had a drug problem. I don't know. Sounds like $1 million industry allegedly. You know, so that's a lot. 7 pharmacies, 25,000 pills, 20,000 pills. Oh my God. You know. Damn. That's as Truffaut would say, that's pretty lucrative. You know? I mean, I'm driving 38 hours for $1 million. Let's do it. He had reasons. Starts turning into what you would do since Geechee isn't here to speak for himself. For sure, he had reasons. That's why everybody's saying, I don't know what will make him do that. That's why people are speculating. Did he have a drug problem? Was he having money issues? We don't know. You say, now I hear you. Clips with AB, you said dumb but profitable. According to this, if this was right, this thing right here, they got away with it 6 times. That's usually what fucks criminals up, you know? And motherfuckers who doing crime. Ego. You know what I mean? You get away with it 6. You tell yourself, we got away with it 6 times. You know we could do it again. We could do it a 7th time. Why not? Not considering how many pieces you put together for them to be closer to catching you those 6 times. You just saying they didn't get me those 6 times. We good. They might have been this close to getting you on the 5th time. And they just needed you to do it one more time. One more time. Just do it one more time. And it says, look here. This is since May 6th, 2025. It is January, February, March, April, May. So we got June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. I mean, yeah, this would be this would be like every 2 months niggas was making that trip, allegedly. You know? Yeah. It's tough. Tough joint. Motherfuckers, yeah, tough joint. I also says too they also said that this same crew was hitting pharmacies in Indiana also. That's $1 million operation. Sure is. Sure is. Sure the fuck is. And yeah, it was a lick until it wasn't. Since May 2025, when is enough? Goddamn. Well, you gotta understand. Split it through 4, and that's just the 4 niggas that was there. Who knows how many they was breaking bread with when the shit was over? Like, we don't know none of that shit. We don't know none of that shit. But they had a lick and they just got caught. Geechee must have been giving the money. No, he's still living the way he was after hitting those licks. I've been down more than I've been up. Never thought to make street moves. Robbing a pharmacy is like robbing a post office. It is a federal crime, 1,000%. Robbing a pharmacy. But Chamber, they told us what pills that they had on them. Them niggas had morphine. Them niggas had morphine. You shitting me? They had some hot shit. All the good shit. Hold on. I couldn't get through the first round. I couldn't get through Saga first round. He was cooking. He just be clipping me up. I just said this shit 20 minutes ago. This shit already clipped Prez Mafia. Already posted. He said, yo, Froze, this hit home for me. I hate that I agree. Shit ain't fun no more, Prez. Shit badoogie. Not gonna lie to you. There's one dude grinning in his mugshot. I'm not. I ain't see that. Yeah, morphine, oxy, perks. I forgot they had them oxys. I didn't even know they still made oxys. Was it oxycodone? It wasn't oxycontin, was it? They shut that shit down in PA. I remember I was in school with a bunch of oxy. The oxys was popping before the Fetties back in the day when I was in school. That was like the dope head drug was the oxycontins and shit like that. They was crushing the pills and snorting them. And then when I got to high school, they had turned them into gel form, so you couldn't bust them down. But I could have sworn they like stopped oxycontins. That's not even a heavy street drug where we from no more. You know, them white boys used to bust them oxys down and snort them in the bathrooms and shit. You know? Yeah, I remember that shit. That had the white boys in the suburbs fucked up when we was in school. Yeah, look, that's why I said that bar to Big K. You do not be popping, because you a wigger in a room full of niggas. Fuck you looking for some Oxycontin? Like, I said that to Big K. Yeah, it was a white boy joke. Like, you know what I mean? That's how we viewed it. It was a white boy drug. I never met a nigga that snorted oxy in my life. They just started doing that shit in the last 10 years with the dope and the fetty and all that. Because of the perks and shit. Fetty rules the world. I mean, the horse tranquilizer got the drug America in a chokehold. Fucking shit that they use to tranquilize horses and shit with. I'm telling you. You know, but I've had homies. I mean, hurt they back, hurt they leg or something. They ain't no drug addicts. They get them perks, bro. They do something to your body. They do something to your body. That withdrawal, just like they said it's like an itch in your bones that you can't scratch. It's torture. It's like an unexplainable feeling. You know? So you think stealing from a pharmacy to sell drugs was the bright idea? Shit hit different nowadays. Yup. They get you addicted to that shit, bro. It's just tough. Bros, don't forget about our sponsors. Oh, I ain't forget. We ran our hoagie commercial. Next week, I got about 3 new commercials dropping and shit. I'm just waiting for the first of the month. So I got 3 new sponsor deals. I'm going to tell you that. So it's going to be a couple more commercials per show. But they still only 15, 20 seconds. So they quick commercials, and it's me. It ain't like I'm putting somebody else corny ass, up there, and y'all got to listen to them. It's me doing the commercials and shit. But I got about 4 new commercials dropping starting March 1st, y'all. No bullshit. I was always tough enough to where ibuprofen 800s was just good enough for me. You know what I mean? Like, I was cool. I was cool with ibuprofen 800s. Maybe a Tylenol PM to help me sleep or something like that. Yeah, for sure. Philly trees, you drawing. What'd he do? Them ibuprofen milligrams, yeah, like just give me them. I'm cool. I like to sleep pain off. If I'm in real pain, I just need a bed, a fan, and everybody get the fuck away from me. That's all I need. I need a fan, some ibuprofen, extra strength, and silence. And I'm rehydrate in this bitch. I'll be all right. Give me 24, 48 hours. I'll be ready to go. I ain't with all that extra shit laying around in bed. I just need some sleep. Give me 48 hours of some me time. I'll walk by. I'll come out this bitch like Batman did against Bane and shit. Climb right up the fucking the little wishing well shit. When I got a couple of my teeth pulled and shit like that, some people be out of commission for that shit. I was cool in 24 hours. I was good. Shit wasn't about nothing. It's a lick. He been doing that. It sucks he keep getting caught. Yeah, I mean, you think about it, bro. When you get caught, they don't tell you exactly about how many times a nigga got away with it. This report we seen said 7. It could have been 14. We don't know. Them niggas just might have been smooth. It's a lick. He been doing that. So I really don't like those pills and shit like that. I ain't a heavy pill boy. Jay Mills tweeted. That's why I keep the Twitter open for y'all during the show now, y'all. I don't know if y'all know. I keep a Twitter feed open during the show. If you ever see me looking away, it's just because I'm canvassing the timeline. So here we go. I got this little glass boy streaming in a storage closet now. Laughing my ass off. He must think that's an upgrade from the 1976 looking ass background I had flamed him for having a few days ago. That's that Harlem shit. Just taking credit for nothing. Hold up. Mill's crazy, man. Oh, them Xanax bars, the Xanny bars and shit. Yeah, I used to, back in the day and shit, that used to be my thing. Hold you, little 2 blues, little 4 or 5 peaches. Yeah, back when I was into that. Yeah, but I ain't gonna hold you. The one reason I always stayed away from pills and Xannies and shit was the next morning, the afters. Nigga throw his life away waking up off some Xannies, bro. Oh my God, I'm telling you. That next morning, motherfucker stab you on a Xanax after. No bullshit, bro. That shit's a 48, 72 hour drug. I ain't even gonna hold you. Them Xannies that had you in a trance. I never tried them Jones. Heard they was bad. So what I will say about the high is, for me, it's like a weed high, Super Saiyan 5. Yeah, like just imagine smoking some crazy bud that had you twisted and then Super Saiyan 5. It's an intense, I always explained it like that. It's an overly intense weed high. Very, very, very like a super downer. A super downer. You know how like the perks to have somebody nodding off on some dope head shit like this? That Xannies don't do that. You're sleep. There is no nodding. You close your motherfucking eyes, you sleep. It ain't motherfucking sleep. Ain't no nodding waking back up off the Xans. They don't rumble like that. They put you the fuck down. But it's funny. Some people who have like bad anxiety and shit like that. Like I knew this one boy and shit. He'd take 3 or 4 blues and a bar and be up. Like he couldn't function without that shit. So some people, them Xannies, you know, do something different to them. You seen the files? What files? What files, bitch? Shout out to I don't know 7030. Thanks for the super. What files? Now, you know what I'm saying? Why you couldn't put, bro, you seen the such and such files? You super chatted these files knowing I was going to have to ask you what files when you could have told me what files they were. Nigga just cost himself another super. You could have told me. If he talking about the EP, I don't even say his name. Yeah, I don't say his name online. Look at his name though, Froze. I don't know. 7030. His nigga name, I don't know. Oh, that's funny. That's a good one. Wait till Froze get a heckler in the crowd. I'm working on that shit. I'm working on that shit. Like, you know what I mean? I won't tell y'all because I don't want to ruin none of the material for y'all. But I got a joke. If I see 2 people getting up and they walk into the bathroom, I got something. It's go hit too. Let's go hit. I not even a heckler. I got a people walking up and going to the bathroom joke in the middle of my shit. You tuning into that restore order tonight? What's on restore order now? Is that Danger Zone? He's going on restore order? Yeah, he going on restore order tonight. Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, as long as, unless he going up there to say Mickey lied, I don't really give a fuck what Danger talking about. Mickey already told us everything. There's no disrespect to Danger. Like, I fuck with Danger. I don't have a problem with him, but like, I don't need to go see him over verify or band-aid up what Mickey told us. Because if you remember, Mickey told us that Danger didn't want that information out. So I can't really see what Danger's going to do besides give us his perspective and victimize himself in this fucking situation, which I don't even have a problem with him. You know, what the fuck did what are he going to tell us that Mickey ain't tell us already? I don't give a fuck what he talk about. No disrespect. We already had it. We already got it all. You know, shout out to the restore order and them getting the exclusive. Just for me though, I'll let y'all go watch it and then tell me what you heard. That's one of them situations. To be totally honest with you, y'all tell me what the fuck y'all heard. You know, nigga, we know you wrote for him. We was told already. So but now he get in there talking about, listen, that ain't exactly how it went. Now I'm gonna go tune into that. Well, hold on. You know, motherfucker ain't asked Danger for no interview for 989 motherfucking days and shit. Now y'all want to talk to him because you hear he goes writing for Verb and shit. I mean, can't remember the last time Danger Zone had a good fucking interview that it was like, oh, what Danger talking about? You know what I mean? You can't even clickbait the title with him right now. Now motherfuckers want to talk to him. I would kind of feel disrespected if I was him. Nah, I don't want to talk to me now. That's how I rock. Nah, I don't want to talk to me now. Fuck out of here. Get on my dick. That's how I be. Nigga ain't want to put a camera in my face in 3 years and ask me what I got coming up, who my hit list, who I want to battle this year. Ain't nobody asked that nigga that since 2022. Now motherfucker want to throw a camera in his face and there's no. There's no. You know? Froze, Danger got a battle on World Dom coming up. Okay. Now, now just do me a favor. Shout out to Danger. I'll fuck with Danger. I'm keeping it a bean. Watch this interview tonight, Massey, and calculate the time they talk about Verb and calculate the time they talk about his World Dom matchup, and then you give me the receipts on the next show. Let's do that. Let's calculate how much the interview talk about who the fuck he battled in that World Dom. You ain't hear me say Danger was ass. You ain't hear me say Danger was dookie. I ain't say none of that. I'm just saying ain't nobody want to hear nothing from no fucking Danger Zone in 900 days, 3 years. So the fact that they want to throw camera in his face now when we heard he wrote for Verb, you know, for me, it's like, I'd be a little bit bitter about that. Oh, nah, I ain't giving nobody no fucking interview. If anything, this is the time to start my YouTube channel. That's what I'll be doing. I ain't going to none of you punk ass nigga shows. I don't give a fuck about Froze in the morning. I don't give a fuck about Restore Order. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm gonna start Dangers on TV, and then y'all gonna hear me talk. That's what I would do. Fuck, I ain't gonna give nobody this exclusive. Ain't nobody want an exclusive any other time. Shitting me. I don't know. I guess I'm starting to think a little different. You know, and I definitely think it has a lot to do with me having a YouTube page that we worked 3 years to build to the point we are at now, right? Humbly, like, I'm just going to talk to somebody who didn't want to talk to me any other time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I turned down the Knowledge interview when during the Cassidy and Easy promo run. I thought his coverage was one-sided. Obviously, well, I wasn't even on no side. I just thought it was one-sided. And then he hit me up for an interview, like, yo, definitely just want to hit you up for an interview. I'm doing a Philly run right now, and I'd like to talk to you about your battle. And I'm like, you don't want to talk to me about my battle. You want to talk to me about Easy and if he's from Pottsville or not, and you want to see what I know. That's all you want. That's all you want. You've never in your life hit me up. Now, if I'm at an event or something like that and Knowledge is working the event, he'll pull right up after my battle. Froze just had a crazy battle with Charlie Clips. That's regular media shit. You know, he always got those interviews from me, him and Uncle Rob. But hitting me up, trying to link up with me to do an interview because you want a Philly run, I knew that was bullshit. He just wanted to be able to get me on camera and ask me about the Pottsville shit so he can put a title up because it would have been a clicker. Smelt the shit a mile away. You know what I mean? And I told him, yeah, I'm charging for interviews nowadays. Yeah. Oh, I don't pay for interviews. Okay, well, you don't get a Froze interview then. That ain't me being Hollywood. That ain't me smelling myself. That's me conducting business. Or talk on my own fucking platform and tell you what I feel about somebody being from Pottsville. I don't have to give it to you, so no Diddy, so you can put it up, put a title I don't like up, and then I got to DM you and say, yo, why you put that clickbait? I'm not doing all of that shit. I ain't doing all that shit, nah. As soon as you tell one of these bloggers, one of these interviewers, you want $200-$300 for an interview, guess what? They stop bothering you. They stop bothering you. They ain't gonna ask you no more. And that's exactly the way I fucking want it. Just like that. And that ain't me being funny or brand new. I done gave hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousand views to interviewers, and I'll show you. Froze, you ain't give 100. What the fuck you talking about? But I got an interview on Uncle Rod shit. Let me show you something real quick. I like data and numbers. This is one video right here. This on 15 Minutes of Fame. This is an interview with 136,000 views. This is a 7-minute interview with 136,000 views, bro. That's one of my 50 interviews on 15 Minutes of Fame. Hold on. This ain't funny business. This is how you talk. This is okay. Now that's fine. I want to show y'all something. So example, right? 11,000, 33,000, 2.3, 58,000, 6.1 thousand, 27,000, 5.4 thousand, 10,000, 136,000, 3,000, 5,000, 11,000. Like that's just all one platform that I've just done interviews with over the years. Never asked for no money, never wanted no money or none of that. You know? I mean, that's if I calculated up every single view that I did on these interviews, we would be in the 250, 300,000 view range. Okay? That's thousands of dollars just simply off of putting the camera on, putting it in my face and asking me questions. So that's also 10 years of interviews. That's 10 years of interviews. That was just Uncle Ra, right? Who everybody knows I love Uncle Ra. That's my guy. Okay. Hip hop is real. 18,000, 2,000, 9,000, 4.7 thousand, 19,000, 1,000, 7,000, 4,000. And mind you, I ain't counting the 4.2s and shit. I'm just rounding it. 12,000, 34,000, 13,000, 2,000. For, you know, like you start, and those are just the two major ones, right? So you know, you start kind of understanding numbers and branding different. I'm so upset sometimes at myself that it took me to the end of the road to finally understand the business. I wish I understood the business the way I did when business was booming, but I did it. And most battlers don't. And there's not a lot of battlers saying, hey, listen, let me give you this free game and show you how it really works. Right? So I say all that to say, when you just talk about as much views as I have just myself has given battle rap media, like if you add it all up, it could get closer to over 500,000, closer to 1 million than closer to 100,000. Why the fuck wouldn't Knowledge want to give me $200 to give me an exclusive? Why wouldn't he? I'm not saying he has to give every rapper. I don't think every rapper's a clicker. But if he knew that if he, at that time, just think about it, right? At that time, which wasn't that long ago, it was like, what, 3 months ago? If he pulled up on me, shot an interview, and was able to leave with it, and then go on YouTube and type, Rosenberg Raw talks about where Easy is really from. If that was the title, it's a clicker, bro. Me and Easy's history, how lit me and Easy was, our own respective brands now, currently where they are in battle rap. That would have been a clicker. That's why he wanted the interview. You know, I'm not trying to disrespect him or anything. I'm just breaking the logistics down in the truth of the matter. He knew Rosenberg Raw speaks on where Easy's from was a clicker. So, because it was a clicker, and because I've given you dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of free interviews that you monetize and made money off of, oh, my platform don't really pay for interviews. Oh, it don't? Okay, cool. Never will do an interview for you ever again. And I'll still shake your hand and say, what's up, man? It's good to see you when I see you. That's just business. You don't got to take that personal. You know, I'm not going to take it personal. Just kind of is what it is. I'm not going to, I don't fuck with that nigga. Why? Because he ain't want to pay me for an interview? Nah, he just didn't want to pay me for an interview. Cool. So you just never do an interview for him. After Marcella Jones, somebody walked up to me. I don't know what his name was. I forget what his name. How you doing, man? I'm such and such from Hip Hop Is Real, bro. I'm such and such. Can I get an interview? I didn't even know who he was. I'm like, yeah, I got you. He was like, all right, yeah, it's for Hip Hop Is Real. Oh no, I'm not doing I'm not doing no Hip Hop Is Real interviews. My bad, bro. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. My bad, I'm not doing that. And he was like, oh no, it's all good. And then I doubled down because I seen him. He kind of like stood next to me after I told him no for the interview. And like I felt like it was awkward. And then I felt like I was kind of like, I just wanted to make sure he didn't feel like I was a shitty guy for telling him no. And I told him exactly why, very quick, in like 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, that's why I don't do interviews for anybody. You know what I mean? Let alone like Hip Hop Is Real, though. I've given a lot of interviews to them. I'm cool. You know, you don't have to. Vlad was smart enough to pay people just to make it make sense. If he would have been like, yo, Froze, I ain't got the 200. Let me send you a little 150. Let me send you a little 100. I respected that. That still was hustling in business. I might have took that little funky ass bean on 150 and be like, come on, knowledge. And then, right, because I'm older and I'm a little bit more in control of my thoughts and my business side of it, I would have knew. Damn, Froze, your resume is kind of crazy. My resume is insane. Even if I would, like, let's say he would have been like, Froze, I got 100 for you. You know what I would have did? I would have took the 100 and then I would have gave him a reserved interview. I would have known. All right, you got a battle with Chilla Jones coming up, man. He would have asked a little bullshit question about that to make it look like he gave a fuck about me and Chilla Jones, just to segue into the easy questions. And I would have gave him such a good answer for the Chilla Jones question. I mean, y'all know how I am when I'm talking. I'd have gave him a layered question, and then when we would have got to the easy questions, I'd have gave him short and snippy shit. So, man, you know, it's a lot of things going on surrounding where Easy the Block Captain is from. You know, you got people saying he from Philly, and, you know, we all know this is exactly how Knowledge would have asked it. We all know, you did the podcast with him, you was cool with him and stuff like that. You know, where is Easy from? And I'm like, wherever he tell y'all he from. Yeah, wherever he tell y'all. I mean, but you don't know. I mean, you hung out with him. I know y'all was cool and shit like that. Man, it ain't my business to know where that nigga from. I don't give a fuck where he from. Yeah, it's none of my business. Yeah, I don't really, that has nothing to do with why we talk, who we, you know, really, I wouldn't have gave him shit. But I still would have gave him the interview. You control if you talk, and then if you talk, you control what you say. You don't have to give good answers. You feel me? Key, I swear to God, that's some shit I would have said. Some smart ass shit like that. Where Easy from? I'd have said, well, whatever block he could afford to be from. He already told you that. Why you asking me that? You know? So, B-Max, sounds like you thought about this scenario a lot. No, it sounds like I'm in control of my thoughts, and I had a situation with Hip Hop Is Real, trying to get them to pay me for an interview, and I knew what they wanted to talk about. You know what I mean? So, very quick on my feet. Yeah. I don't know if you new here. If you are, welcome to the zone. You know, but it's just he would have made more than 150, $100, $200 on that interview. He would have made more than that. So I don't know if it'd have been a great investment, but it would have been a solid. Nobody's being politically correct if they getting paid. You're going to get more layered answers that way. If somebody pays you for an interview, you do want to give them a solid interview, for sure. You'll try, especially if they paid you the number you asked, yeah, you'll try to give them a solid interview, but you're in control of what you say. You know? So, why Knowledge ain't run up on Smack yet? Him and Smack got smoke? Why would Knowledge run up on Smack? They got smoke? Charlie Clips. Like, this is why I'm about to start doing battles on my channel, right? So, and this is one of the classics, and this is something that I figured out. I always wondered, like, I remember I told you guys about ARP. I'm like, me and ARP had questions, conversations. I would say, like, maybe we should go on a streaming platform, or Maybe we should go to Twitch. You know, they at Caffeine. Should we go to another platform and shit like that? And he never was thrilled about that idea. He never seemed moved about that idea, which was cool. It was only an idea. But then when I got my YouTube page and I started being able to see YouTube analytics, I started being able to understand the profit of having a YouTube channel with 500 battles on it or 1,000 battles on it and shit like that. And ARP did it the right way. He has an app. He has Netflix. He has his own Netflix that he owns, and he owns the masters of these, right? So I'll break this down to what I mean by it. Charlie Clips versus Rosenberg Raw went platinum. It's my only platinum battle in my career, and I got solid view count, but it's my only platinum battle. It went platinum, I want to say 8 to 10 months ago, possibly. I think it was about 8 to 9 months ago. If I'm off on the months a little bit, the math is still more correct than the actual timeline. But let's just say, I'll give you an example. This battle happened almost, 3 years ago? It was May 26, 2003. So January, February, March, April, May. So in 3 months, this will be 3 years that this battle was up, right? So it took 2 years and 2 months to go platinum. But then after it went platinum, this battle was at 1.4 million and 11,000, 411,000 views. So that means since it's went platinum 8 months ago, it has accumulated almost another 500,000 views. Right? I mean, that's almost like 50,000 views per month that this video alone is still generating 3 years later. 3 years after I did this battle, it's still generating like 40 to 50,000 a month. Like I'm not concrete on these numbers. 1 month could have did 80, 1 month could have did 10. I don't know. And when I figured it out, I said, oh my God. Yo. Because all the dots started connecting for me. Well, this is not the only classic on this motherfucking channel. This is not the only classic. There's hundreds of classics on this channel. Hundreds. Meaning, there's battles on this channel with more views than this. So I started doing the analytics and I'm like, yo, Charlie Clips versus Rosenberg still could be bringing in like $297, $380 a month 3 years later. Times that by, he don't need no fucking app. He don't need to throw no events no more. His portfolio is done. He owns the masters. He owns the masters. That's why me and bro said, you know what? We gonna go book me versus Poop. Let's do it. It might only do 40, 80, 90,000 views. We'll see. But we own the masters. That footage will live forever. When I do a blog on Monday, when I do a morning show on Monday, no matter how good that show was, by Wednesday, that show is dead now. Because I've did 2 morning shows since the Monday morning show. Rarely are any of you in this chat right now going back 3 days, a week, 2 weeks to go watch a random morning show. Unless I might have told a story or something like that. Cool. But it's rare. A lot of you guys are not going back and watching lives from last week. The morning show from last week. Why? Because you know you get one every single day. So the Monday morning show means jack shit by Thursday because we're on 4 days show. We're on 4 shows later already. Why does that make any sense, Froze? I'm going to tell you why. Live watched and then rewatchable footage is 2 different things. When you have a battle up and it's a classic, people watch it the first month it came out. They watch it 3 months down the line. They watch it 6 months down. They watch it almost forever until they just burnt out on it. The rewatchability is the money on YouTube. Right? So that's why I'm doing the cartoon, the Bergs. That's why I'm about to start booking my own battles. simply because I have live viewership. When I go live, the community's here. It's the rewatchable shit that brings the money in to a different degree. That's why ARP is able to retire, because Rosenberg Raw versus Charlie Clips is still doing 400,000 views a year, and it happened 3 years ago, right? Man, was he okay? Hitman versus Cassidy, 6.5 million views. Bill versus Hitman, 5.6. These are still you start adding all these up, these are still generating a shit ton of money. He's really built himself a business. He's built himself a business, and I never understood what RBE actually was until I connected. He owns the masters of these battles. He'll be able to eat until they don't do anything. And that's not his only income. ARP came into battle rap with money. This is a business that he took 10 years to build to now. This is not even counting the pay-per-views that he greened. Just talking strictly the YouTube side, the masters, because he makes money off of the live pay-per-views. He might have profited that way. It's the masters. Battle rap has masters. When you own the footage, that's what it is. Why the fuck am I going to go give Rosenberg Raw to Tay-Rock versus on a battle league? If I can get up the money that Tay-Rock wants, not just battling on FrozenbergTV, as long as he's cool with it. Set up an event, make it solid, make it look good, do a pay-per-view on my YouTube channel, members only, $9.99. 3 days later, the battle up on YouTube. It's up there forever. We own it. We own the masters. Figured it out late, y'all. Some people will never figure it out. Most are never going to figure it out. They have no clue how this shit works. Man. Hey, yo, listen, y'all. I'm fucking cold with this shit. That's why I'm able to be a commentator. That's why I'm able to be a fucking streamer and talk about this shit. I'm not right. I don't know everything, but I will do the research and the data, and I will get the information, and then, learn from that shit. Learn from that shit. I tried to get the masters to me and Chilla. I tried to. I literally tried to get that footage. I literally tried to, and I think I'm going to try again. I think I'm going to try. I'm rocking with your show heavy. You're a natural. Much success to you in the future. Thanks, Max Grove. I appreciate it. Like, I promise you, I've tried it. I'm going to try again. TBL gave me a very, very, very good reason why they didn't want to sell me the footage. They gave me a good reason. I didn't think there was a good reason. And they gave it to me, and I said, no Diddy. And I was like, ooh, you know what? I like the way that sounds, bitch. I'll throw a cuss word around in negotiations and shit. Ooh, bitch, I ain't think about that. Pussy, that was a good job. I respected it, though. I respected that shit. Because I kind of can feel like when somebody's trying to handle. Somebody just trying to spin. Somebody just trying to blow smoke and shit. They told me straight up, TBL owns no Rosenberg Raw footage. They own no Rosenberg Raw footage. I've never had Rosenberg Raw footage in my possession, and now I have it. I just don't know if we should sell that. The only Rosenberg Raw battle I have, the debut, and then you battled Chilla. I don't really know if we can sell that. And I'm like, But you know what, though? I'm spinning the fucking block on it. I'm spinning the block on that. And I'm going to call Chilla, too. I'm going to call Chilla first. Chilla, I want that battle. Yeah, what can I do to obtain that? What do you guys want to do? How do you want to work it out? You want me to pay for it, or you want me to give you a free battle or something? What can we do? I want that battle. I want it. I need that. I want a FrozenbergTV presents Frozenberg Raw versus Chilla Jones. Let me put that out. Do that for the God. That's the thing, though. If they don't want to drop it, and I get it, it's dropping. The moment I get it, it's uploaded. The moment I get it. The moment I get it possessed, I get it in my possession, that bitch will be up on the channel on private. And I'll be on the next live. Guess what I got, y'all? I knew I was in trouble with the Chiller Battle when they just started dropping the New York Jones. The Chiller Battle would definitely do more numbers here. I know you will promote the drop too. Come on, bro. I'd set the drop for y'all. We'd make it a fucking party. We'd make it a party. I gotta call Chiller. You know what I mean? You know niggas making cheddar when they trying to buy the master. Hey, yo, I'm thinking about calling ARP and asking, can I get that clips footage? Take that shit down. Let me re-upload it on my channel. See what it's, you know, I might want to start buying a few of my masters to fuck back. Marshall, you should get my shit. Y'all niggas that made y'all money. I want my shit. Let me get can I get some? This shit ain't even booming no more. I think if I dropped Charlie Clips versus Rosenberg Raw on the Frozone, I think I would end up getting 100,000 plus views on it. You know what I mean? I think I would for sure. Over time, it might be lucrative. Now, how much I would pay for those battles is the thing, you know, because it's the long game. You're not looking for immediate money. You're looking for, you know, money down the line and shit like that. That's what you're thinking. I'm actually ready to start calling battle leagues and seeing what battles I can buy back. Respectfully, like go up there on, tell me how much me and Ill Will doing. All right, that only did 11,000 views last month. How many did it do before that? It only did 10,000. All right, so it only did 20,000 the last 2 months. What's that? $40? All right, cool, huh? Here's 500. Let me get it back. Here's 1,000. Let me get it back. Let me get that footage. Take that down. Let me upload it on my channel. Give it to me. Let me buy my masters back. Come on, man. And you know what? I swear, oh my God, that's what I was gonna do. And you know what I would do? I would repackage the video. I might cut a little 2-minute analysis on it and shit like that. Talk about some backstories into the video, and then, you know, and I would even call it Frozenberg Presents RBE Classic. Ill Will. I would still keep their name. FrozenbergTV Presents RBE Classic. I'd still keep his name on that shit because I'm thorough like that. You can keep your logo on it and all that. I just want my masters. You've had them for 10 years. Can I buy them back? And I don't want all of them. I only want a percentage of them. I only want a specific couple battles. They're entitled to it. It's theirs. I think ARP would have a conversation with it, but he's not guaranteed to do it. He's a businessman. So I think it would have to make sense for him. You know? But it's 10 years. I think it's I think it could change the game. I think it could change some things. I think some rappers could kid up some money and say, I want to go buy my footage back. You know? And also, too, I want to keep it a bean. I want to say this to y'all because I ain't I'm not embarrassed about it. I'm not I truly, there's days where we only make $30 on a live, $20 on a live, $40. Every day of the month isn't a big money day, isn't a great view video. But I show up for the days that are good. So the days that aren't good, I chalk them up to, it's like, all right, that was a solid little live, ain't gonna do a lot of money, but we continue to process though. We continue to show the consistency. The people can count on us to show up from 10 to 12 or 10 to whenever we get off in the morning, and they know I'm gonna be there. So that is more important than having a bad video on a Tuesday or something like that, where the super chats don't come in or the views ain't that crazy, right? But I wanted to say this to y'all. Starting to book my own battles, something that would help doing that is, I want to put together and instead of y'all, donating to Cash Apps and shit like that, because I appreciate that shit. That's big. You know what I mean? When I do a show and I get off and then I got $60 on my Cash App, or sometimes it's $0, but sometimes I get off at 60. Sometimes it's 100. And it's like, oh shit, damn, thank you. Now I'll go back and heart everybody's shit like that. I appreciate those donations. It's very helpful in the grand scheme of things. But for Tay Rock, I want to open up a donation or something so you guys can help me get some money up so I can pay Tay Rock. I don't got $5,000 to give Rock. You know what I mean? But I might have $3,500. I might have $4,000. And we might need to try to go through a month where instead of supers and sending shit to my Cash App, nah, fuck that, Froze. Here's $10 for that Tay Rock battle. Let's get Rock to the zone. Here, instead of $19.99 on my Cash App for me, Froze, love the show. Thank you. Now fuck that. Send that to the donation, John. Let's get our next big battle and shit like that. And then that's how we're able to do everything we want to do here. Like you guys can literally say, nah, fuck that. I want to see Rosenberg versus Tay Rock. We want to do that. All right, well let's book Tay Rock together. We'll do it. Right? I want to see Rosenberg Raw versus T-Top or Av. Okay, fuck it. You know what I mean? Let's do it. We'll book it month to month. 3, 4, 5 times a year. You know, it's something we can do as a community. You know what I mean? To get anybody here, we want to see us battle. And, you know, and we do it on our channel. So, you know, that's something that I definitely think will make it easier. I'm not a fucking battle league owner. So I don't have 8,000 to just be throwing battle rappers and shit. I might have 5. I might have 4. You know what I mean? But shit, the zone, we'll start booking niggas. Us. We'll start booking niggas. And I'm not just going to have a battler pull up and do it with nobody there. No, I'm going to get a venue. I'll make sure we got a solid cameraman. I'll make sure we have a live stream, shit like that. We got the best chat, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, I don't think it's a battle that we really can get if we wanted it. You know, I always put and here's the thing, I'm never doing full battle cards. You know what I mean? So if I book a battle and it's like, yo, members only, second tier, $9.99 to watch it live, we'll have a live stream where you can watch it, and then it'll be up for 2-3 days later. You're not going to have to wait a week. You're not going to have to wait 6 months for footage. No, we'll give you the opportunity to pay $10 to be a member and watch it live as it happens, or you can just wait 48 hours after it happens and get it for free on the channel. You don't have to. Some people like to be the first there to see it. Some people want to see it live. Some people, I don't got to pay $10 and wait for it. You know what I mean? So I'll always make sure I get a solid little undercard. You know what I mean? It'll be like 2-3 battles most. 2 battles and then our battle. Never more than an hour and a half, 2-hour stream. You know, and I think we use that system. And if I don't need y'all help, I'll never take y'all help. I'll never say, yo, if a nigga is 800, 1,000, 1,200, and I can swing that, I'm just gonna swing it. I won't tell y'all, yo, we gotta come together and make this happen. I'll tell y'all, I got it. So I'll never take bread from y'all to donate for no battle or something like that if I can swing it. Ever. But yeah, buying your masters back, being able to throw events, that's why Calico and them niggas is doing it. They want masters. You know, I don't see URL maybe, I can't say they would or wouldn't, but they get high views on those battles. I don't see them being more open to selling battles back to the rappers. Primo said, I got to check towards booking. You know, we already got sponsors. Don't John Adonis, Rose. That's what I'm saying. I'll never put myself in a position to have to do no shit like that. I'm not booking Loso, T-Top, Fonz, Easy, and Froze on all one card. I'm not fucking doing that. No. We're going to do me versus Tay-Rock, whatever the main event is. Me versus T-Top, me versus Fonz. I'll get a little local battle, maybe some new niggas from the chat that's trying to be, you know, inspired to be battlers. We'll get them shots. That's why the footage is only $9.99. You're only paying $9.99 to see the main event live. You know what I mean? So I'm not charging 25, 30 a stream, 40. Nah, it's just going to be a fucking members only stream. Second tier. You a second tier member, $9.99, you get to see the battle live. And you keep your subscription. The next time we do a battle, guess what? You don't have to pay your $9.99. You already paid it. You already a subscriber on the second tier. So any battles that we do live, you get them because you pay your subscription every month. You know what I mean? Your tournament winners can be the opener. That's what I'm trying to do the next tournament. That's what I'm trying to do the next tournament. You know what I mean? We're going to create our own motherfucking app right here. You know? So I'm definitely. Also, too, I don't know if anybody's local or anybody's close by and shit, too. Listen, my pop told me to tell you all this. I'm looking for a new crib. I'm looking to move. And get a bigger spot. So if anybody's in the PA area, Jersey area, close by, and you know cribs and shit like that, I'm definitely looking to move. For sure. So you could DM me on Instagram, Frozenberg Raw 610. Tweet me, I am Froze. If you know spots. I have no problem moving to New Jersey at all, Massey. I'm looking for more space. I got a big I need more yard space. I need more front yard space. I need another bedroom. Like, I need more space. Yeah, so definitely wanted to let y'all know that too. If y'all can help Froze out with that too. Trying to move. That's what I had to ask you, Primo Ralph. You got a man for everything. You know, you got somebody for that? I got the bread. Let me know. Hit that like button, y'all. Hey, it was a great show today, man. We went 23 minutes over the runtime. Love when we get a little bit of I got a realtor that'll get you right, Froze. Okay, all right, that's a bet. Can you DM me? YO missing, Reading. I might be down for that. I used to work out YO missing. Come to Florida, Froze. How many bedrooms you need? I'd like 4. But if it has a basement, an attic, or you know, like a 3 could suffice. But I'm looking for 4. You know, so I might pull back up tonight. I'm in a great mood. Y'all want to do a night? Y'all want to do a night, John? Or you know what? I could also cut a fire block for y'all right after this and set that bitch for later on. Yeah, I'll send you some what I've been looking at. All right, shit. Well, chill, X. Don't send me some shit because I might be able to outbid you, and then you and your family gonna need some help. He said, I'm gonna send you some shit I'll be looking at. All right, I'll fuck around like something you like and go get it. You know, need one of them cartoons. One of them cartoons should be dropping any day. I'm just waiting for Biggs. Biggs just text me. So matter of fact, he might have said, yo, it's done. Oh, nah, if Rock 15K, we can get that done, Brody. Real talk, we can chop it up about that. Okay, copy. Yeah, for sure. Big showed me a couple clips of the next episode. It's a good joint. I can't wait. They take time, though. They do take a little bit of time. We're going to try to get it to where we can start dropping one once a week, but, you know, they take time. So, hey, man, it was a great show today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm about to start working on a little blog for y'all, and then I'll drop that at some point today. Make sure y'all hit the like button on your way out, and make sure y'all hit the like button and the hype button on the blog. Make sure y'all hit that hype button on the blog. When you go watch the blog and you go to the comments, go hit the hype button. It's free. All right, your friends want to tell you Frozy will.
It's Big Froze, Big Froze. Big Froze, Big